I have my appointment for March the 30th.
Ruth Pelletier doesn't know which vaccine she'll be offered later this month, but the 76-year-old says she's confused and worried about the newest one to arrive in Canada, AstraZeneca.
It's just the mixed messages. Please give us one set of guidelines, not a different one depending on what region you live in. Give it to us straight.
While Health Canada approved AstraZeneca for all adults, the National Advisory Committee on Immunization is not recommending it for those over 65 because of limited information on its efficacy in that age group. But now there is real-world data, including from the UK, and the head of the committee tells CBC News it met today to review it and an update is coming.
Hi, are you together?
Quebec has already said it will give AstraZeneca to people over 65, following advice from its own vaccine advisors.
In recent days, there were several studies from England and Scotland showing a great performance of the AstraZeneca vaccine in the elderly.
With the first doses now here, 500,000 of them, provinces have to decide quickly how to use them before some expire next month. In Alberta, people 50 to 64 could start booking their appointments today, and thousands did. Manitoba announced today people aged 50 to 64 and First Nations people aged 30 to 64 can get the shot, starting with those with high-risk medical conditions. In Ontario, a pilot project where people 60 to 64 can get the vaccine in pharmacies, and on PEI, people as young as 18 who work in the food service industry will be eligible.
People, you really have to convey that position of trust.
Dr. Zain Chagla says while the changing evidence and guidance may be confusing,
I would 100% pick being partially or even almost fully protected as compared to waiting for optimal protection in that sense.
He says any approved vaccine will help. Alison Northcott, CBC News, Montreal.
Okay, so let's bring in infectious diseases specialist and member of the COVID-19 Vaccine Distribution Task Force here in Ontario, Dr. Isaac Bogosh. So, Dr. Bogosh, we know NACI met today. We know an update of some sort is coming, which sort of makes me think a few steps ahead to what would happen if it did change its mind. I mean, how would that affect all of the provincial rollout plans, do you think?
Yes, certainly. I think the provinces would have to rapidly accommodate to any changes in NACI. Many of the provinces are adhering to the NACI guidance. So, although we have seen Quebec say that they are going to give this vaccine to those over the age of 65, but for the rest of the provinces, it would mean pivoting to keep up with any changes in the NACI recommendations.
But does it mean that? Because, I mean, you're on the Ontario Distribution Task Force, right? Would your recommendation be to shift gears and get this vaccine into older people if that becomes the recommendation? Or does it make more sense to vaccinate younger people to try to prevent those chains of transmission, prevent spread?
I think from a public health standpoint, and in the midst of a public health crisis, the first option would be to stop sick individuals from dying. And currently, all the vaccines that we have approved in Canada are very good at that, including the AstraZeneca vaccine. And if NACI changed their guidance, I think the provinces would all align with that and really provide this vaccine to older populations. We know they account for over 90% of all the deaths in the country. So I think that's how the provinces would adjust.
We will continue to wait and see what happens. Dr. Bogosh, thank you.
My pleasure.